is a mathematician? Let's play a little game. Based on the people you see here, which one do you think looks most like a mathematician? Are there any that don't look like a mathematician? What about for these set of people? Do your answers change? Our goal was to answer these questions with students from San Diego State University in order to see who they view as mathematicians. What do you think looks most like a mathematician?
Because he kind of looks like my dad, and my dad's really smart, so.
Okay.
I like
It's just like, I don't know, the shirt kind of gives you that feel of, that gives me that feel of like, I'm a math guy.
Looks older, more cultured, more like a professor. He's probably the oldest one there, so.
I would say the white male, European descent.
To say him, he just looks smart.
And looks smart. What about him looks smart? You had to say.
He looks professional, and I don't know, just no one else here looks like a math teacher. Dude.
So you're saying N. Why do you think N?
I'm not sure. He looks smart. I don't know. He looks like a math teacher I've had once.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
about the accent, like be able to understand him.
Be able to understand him.
I don't know, because I'm Asian, and apparently it's affiliated that Asians are good at math. And actually, I'm not good at math, so that doesn't make much sense. But this is a downhill.
Actually, Jay. She just looks like smart. She has a watch. I don't know. This is so bad. I don't know. She's like, most people like her smart.
Most really hers. And so you're thinking J
Or P.
Or P? Why sort of J or P?
Because that's like, I don't know, I feel like Asians are really good at math.
Asians sort of the stereotype. Asians
Yeah.
are good at math. They're probably mathematical.
Yeah, I feel bad saying. I mean,
No, that's...
they're really smart. Smart people.
The warm lighting made her seem friendlier.
If I'm going to go with racial stereotypes, these two.
B and H. What sort of racial stereotypes are you thinking about?
Definitely Asian American stereotype, known as good at math.
because most of my math classes
Most of them look like that, meaning
the people, most of my friends.
okay.
There is the Asian male that has, I've seen a lot of math before.
P. Why are you thinking P as well?
I'm not saying.
It's okay. You can say. There's no right or wrong.
because he's Asian.
Asian.
Asians are notoriously good at math.
This is a stereotype. Asian American.
I guess it's stupid, but I was saying people with the glasses. It's stupid.
I don't know. She has glasses, and I think glasses are a sign of intellect.
Okay. And then if you had to say one of these doesn't look like a mathematician, who would you pick?
Probably.
M. And why do you think M?
Because he's like everyone else kind of has a button up, like they look like they're smiling, I don't know. He's just like kind of straight face, wearing a hoodie.
Maybe like him.
M. Why M?
I don't know. He kind of looks like a mugshot.
Mugshot. He's just not.
Yeah,
Why
that looks like a mugshot.
Just because, yeah, the
way
hoodie,
he's
I don't
dressed,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the dress.
The attire. It's not
Yeah.
very professional.
Because he looks really serious.
Serious demeanor.
Like, to me, math is not something that you take really seriously. Like, it's something that you work with and like learn from. But it looks like he's just deal with math. So.
Like a gangster.
It's a gangster, like the attire.
Yeah, the attire.
M
isn't
doesn't.
dressed as professionally. I guess it kind of gives off that he isn't, I suppose, a mathematician, but he could be.
I don't know, because the way she looks, probably, I think it's stupid, but I guess I'd say G, yeah. G.
Kind of picking at random. The jewelry attracted me. I don't know, she seems like she might be more into like fashion or something like that.
Too hip.
She looks like an art major for some reason. I don't know.
What sort of giving you the art major vibe?
I don't know. The scarf is just more creative. I don't know.
Okay.
Looks like she could be a English professor.
English professor. What about her makes her look like an English professor?
I don't know. Maybe she reminds me of an English professor I've had in the past. But I think it's the big glasses.
Big glasses. More English than math.
I don't know, this gentleman because he's younger.
F? So why do you think F?
I don't know. He just doesn't look like he would like math.
You just would hate math?
Yeah.
Which of these people were mathematicians? Well, I'll tell you.
I'm guessing they're all mathematicians.
Yes.
In pulling together this study was just how difficult it was to find representative images of people who have PhDs in mathematics of different ethnicities. I think it's specifically African Americans were harder to find in this field who had PhDs in mathematics, and they aren't in the sort of discipline or the course web pages that we saw.
Yeah, I feel very strongly that any of these people could be a mathematician.
I also found it difficult, to tell the difference between some of the nationalities that I was looking at. Okay, is this, I'm looking for a specific Latino or Latina, and is this person? I couldn't tell either by their picture or their name, and I think that made it difficult to pull together those pictures.
Well, we did have some interesting findings throughout doing this. And did you want to mention any of them?
Sure. One thing that came up a lot was the people's attire. Whether they were wearing button-up shirts or looking professional or not professional was really something that came up a lot, with whether they had glasses or not, whether they were wearing jewelry, a scarf. Those were things that were somewhat unexpected, but now that I think about it, we're giving them pictures and saying, pick who you think is a mathematician, what else do they have to go on besides, physical characteristics or their attire.
Demographics. So, in two different categories, people were really willing to say things about age. So if you were older, you're more mathematical, but if you were younger, that doesn't make for a mathematician. But when it came to sort of race issues, I think people definitely were more uncomfortable.
For sure.
Talking about it and just saying, I don't want to say some of those, they didn't, drawing on stereotypes of Asian Americans. And it was interesting that people would specifically call out, I think, the positive stereotypes about Asian Americans being good at math, but when it came to necessarily African Americans and mathematics, people were like, oh, it's the attire, it's the mugshot, it's the sort of, cover for it almost felt like. People did also draw on their past experiences. We saw, whether they saw the person, like the one who looked like their dad. So it's like, okay, you associated that with smart people, or the math professors that you've seen and people in your class, that came up. And so I think that's, people felt comfortable and empowered to say those sort of things.
And even other subjects. Oh, well, this person looks like my history teacher or my art teacher. I was surprised to hear some of those, we're looking for mathematicians, yet all the other subjects that we heard about. I was surprised to hear that. Another thing that was interesting is this person didn't get mentioned at all. She's female, Latina, and in some way everybody else was mentioned either as a mathematician or not, and she just kind of faded into the background, and I wonder why she didn't stand out to anybody.
I think that brings us to the last point too, of just looking at, the reason we were doing this was to look at how students' identities on campus maybe relates to whether they feel welcome in their classroom. And I think overall people had really positive, pretty positive things to say about their experiences at San Diego State, and they felt like they were part of the community, and they, so it was just interesting to see, regardless of who they thought was or was not a mathematician or how they viewed the mathematical community, all of them felt included in the classroom, which I think was promising. Well, thanks for watching. Catch you later.